Well, for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Mike Morgan. I'm with Arbondale Group. And Arbondale Group, we specialize in out-of-state clients, which we have a few out-of-state clients that we work with that are here at the webinar to join us tonight, and I appreciate them for coming out. Arbondale Group, we're a 9-person team. We have 3 admin. We also, on top of the admin, we have 4 agents and 2 team leaders. And actually the team leaders is agents as well. They both feel like that in order to stay in touch with the market, they like to get out and do some transactions as well. Instead of just sitting back and running the business, they want to make sure that they stay in touch with the clients and just kind of keep a good scope of things that are going on in the market. So I think that kind of says a lot for what our team leaders instill in us to do as we're working with our clients. But the webinar here is how to create transformational wealth through Chattanooga real estate. And we're going to go ahead and start going through the slides here. So the things that we're going to touch on today is why Chattanooga, touch on primary residency and relocations, profitable investment strategies. We're going to have some examples and some tips to go over with you, our process, the Arbondale Group process, and of course, what the next steps would be if you decide to work with us as investors or just clients altogether. To start with, one of the reasons to try that you would like Chattanooga is, and I like to back up and start off by saying this is my very first webinar, and that please forgive me, I'm not the most eloquent speaker, but I'm going to do the best I can, and I just hope I can keep your guys' attention here. All right, I just want to talk about a little bit about population growth and the appreciation that we've had in the market here in Chattanooga. As you can see, the median sales price in 2022 was $305. For 2023 is up to $315. It's 3.4% change. One of the things that you can experience here is investing in the Chattanooga market is low property taxes. Tennessee does not have a state tax, income tax. Standard homeowners insurance is what they usually go through. Also, we're a hybrid market, which means we have appreciation and cash flow. It kind of evens out 50-50. You can definitely find properties that cash flow more than appreciation, of course, or vice versa. It's very easy to manage here in the Chattanooga market. 2 main things that you have to look at is humidity, rain, and termites. You can pretty much count on when you get that home inspection report in Chattanooga, you're going to see something about mold somewhere. But that's not an issue. We have plenty of contacts in our database and our service providers that we can get that remediated. What we have to do is just figure that into your numbers to see if that's still going to work or not, to remediation of that, which a lot of times it's when you find the mold here in Chattanooga, it's something that's been taken care of. It's not an issue. So it's kind of minor to go ahead what they normally deal with here, basically, if that makes sense in what I'm saying. I like to move on. I wanted to add this in. As you can see here, this is from 2019 to present, the appreciation. Each year it's going up. I mean, like I said, this past year it's went up 3.4%. Basically what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to tell you when we look at this is if you wait too long, it's going to be harder to make your numbers work. Right now, the median price is $315. Next year, it could be $330. And we know if $315 is going to be hard to get your numbers to work, $330 is just not going to happen. So if you're looking for appreciation, you're looking for the market to come down, prices to go down on houses, it's not going to happen. They're going to keep rising. And like I said, as you go, the longer you wait, harder it's going to be to make your numbers work. Another thing to look at, I know interest rates are a little bit high right now, but a lot of the lenders here, they don't have any prepayment penalties. It's easy to refinance when interest rates come down, so no penalties to you is one of the things you can work with. And the appreciation is going to keep growing. One thing that we have here is not just appreciation, it's growth appreciation. We have so many people from California, New York, Colorado, Las Vegas that are all moving here to the Chattanooga market. If they're not moving here, they're spending their money here and investing here. So this appreciation, like I said, it's a wave of things happening, and it's going to keep on going up. Another reason to try Chattanooga, we're Gig City, have the fastest internet service around. It's a major tourist attraction. And there's all kinds of outdoor recreation. We have Raccoon Mountain, Rock City, several different sites to see here in Chattanooga. Another thing I'd like to add in is we're one of the largest logistic hubs in the Southeast. We have Amazon, Volkswagen, and FedEx, which is, have a lot of jobs generating, for the rental market. Our popular investing strategies, there's the burn method, long-term rentals. We do short-term rentals and mid-term rentals. We work with those clients as well. We also do flips, house hacking, all that good stuff. So whatever your niche is, we can cover you, and whatever the style is that you're looking at. Moving right along here, this is just an example. One of the properties that a client of ours purchased, a 1960 style ranch, 1 level, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is in an A-class neighborhood. It was a wholesale deal, $160,000 for the house, looking at $60,000 in renovation budget, $263. Is ARV on it's $263. So cash to close, they needed $47,247. And then the end result is $61,000 in renovation, $1,000 over the budget. In which I will say a lot of the contractors that we work with here with Arbondale Group, they're really good about staying within their budget. Of course, there's always those particular properties that they just can't do it. But for the most part, they are really good about staying in their budget. Took 8 months and $5,500 carrying costs. It ended up appraising at $275, $42,446 cash out and refinance, renting for $2,600 a month. So that's $12,000 total cost, and they're getting $1,000 a month in cash flow. So that's just an example, one of the examples. Another example here. This is a really nice one that I worked with the buyer originally when he bought this property, purchased it for $390. He did his rehab work to it. Long story short, he got called off to a job in Ohio, didn't want to keep the property. The renovations was almost finished, not complete though. He just wanted to dump it off, make him a little bit of money off of it. Like I said, it's a 4 units, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, B-class neighborhood. We ended up, he sold this and he resold this for $470. And it appraised for $535. They're getting $4,200 a month in rent right now. And I tried to get the cash flow and cash on cash return from him, but he's been busy out of town. I wasn't able to get that information. But if anybody's interested in it, I can definitely get that in the next day or so from him. Then moving right along, this is another one. And this is one that we were able to do some creative financing for. It's a 10-door unit, 3 properties in 3 different locations. As you can see here, we did conventional loans on 2 of the properties and seller financing on the final property, the 5-door property. Seller financing is kind of like the needle in the haystack. Sometimes people are interested in doing it, sometimes they're not, but always creative ways to try to come up with financing. If we can find it, we will find that deal for you. Moving right along. Here is on our long-term rentals, this is the easiest things to find are A, B, C classes. We're looking anywhere from $115,000 to $350,000. Class, I wouldn't go any higher than $350,000 on a single-family unit. This number's just not going to work with anything higher than that. Property manager suggestions: make things friendly, have some hard surface floors, fenced-in backyard, things like that. Touched on it earlier. Short-term market has kind of went down here in Chattanooga due to the new regulations that they put out. But perfect example, I have a client who just signed on with me. They said, Mike, we want to do short-term rentals. I explained to them the situation. They're travel nurses. So they said, well, let's try looking into midterm. So we looked into midterm for a little bit. They weren't liking what they were seeing. They said, our first one, I think we want to do short-term rentals. Even though Hamilton County has their new rule, we can still search in certain areas. We have Whitwell, Rising Fawn, Georgia, South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Those are areas that are very close to Chattanooga. If short-term rentals is something that you're into, we can definitely try and find something for you there. We can even venture out into Middle Tennessee, Winchester, which is lakefront property there. Moving right along to the buyer process. You decide to work with us here at Arbondale Group. You have an initial consultation. We either do it by phone, we can do Google Meet. 9 times out of 10, the client is going to be out of state. So those are the 2 ways that we do our consultation. Once we do the consultation, person's ready to work with us as a customer or a client, either one. We start house hunting. We'll set you up on an MLS search where we get your search criteria. You'll start getting emails on a regular basis of listings in the MLS. We also set you up on our newsletter. You get weekly deals in that newsletter. And if you sign up as a client, you get the Arbondale Group Client Portal, which is packed full of all kinds of information. We have a database of service providers. If it has anything to do with real estate, we have contact information. Everything from property managers, home inspectors, lenders, all the way up to real estate attorneys and everything in between. If it's real estate, we can get you in front of them, get you the contact information. We also, as an agent working for you, we actively manually do searches ourselves. Me personally, I look at my MLS 3 times a day, first thing in the morning, about lunchtime, and then just before bedtime, just to get all the searches in. Once we get you under contract, we find that right property for you. We walk you through the closing period, facilitate inspections, contractors, property managers, and basically what that means is during the inspection period, we find a property you like, we put it under contract, inspection period comes up. I'm the guy, I say I a lot, but we have 3 other agents that you can work with as well. What we do is once we get it under inspection period, we facilitate, we coordinate with the contractor, the home inspector, and the property manager. We get all the information we need. When the home inspector goes out, we will share the home inspection report with the contractor, also share with the contractor anything that the buyer wants extra. Say you want some stainless steel appliances or you want granite countertops. You want to add that in. We'll get that to the contractor, get you a quote on what the rehab's going to be in enough time before the inspection period is up that you can run your numbers, make sure everything looks right to you. If it does, we can move forward. If it doesn't, we have time to back out, get your earnest money back, and we're right on to the next search. If everything does work out, go through the inspection period and come closing, we coordinate, offer everything out of town. You don't have to worry about coming into town for an inspection or for closing. We have a remote notary republic that will come to you and have it signed for you. I attend closings. I get the keys. I will in turn hand the keys off to the property manager or the contractor, whichever the case may be. From that point forward, you still have access to the client portal for the next year, and you have me for help for the next year. Actually, if things work out right, I hope that you have me a lot longer than a year because I like to be doing business with you on a regular basis throughout the years. So that's pretty much working with us. Keys to being a good client. We need that pre-approval letter. We need proof of funds. If we're not in 2020 where houses are flying off the shelf every minute now, but there's still those deals. I actually had one just a week and a half ago. The property was asking $160. My client offered $327 and still missed out on it. This was 8 hours after it went on the market. So they're not all flying off the shelf. But the right property, there's a lot of competition for the right property. So we need that pre-approval letter in hand so it doesn't hold us up. And if your lender's in a bind, can't get it to you right there on the spot, we may lose out to someone who has the pre-approval. Seller, if you're a client and we need house details, respond to the agent, and we need to act fast on responding to each, which we're not going to have a lot of sellers here. It's hopefully everything that we buy, we're going to keep. Moving right along, this is one of the things that we pride ourselves on is the agents with experience. What we did last year in 2023, we had 96 transactions, 25.5 million in sales. This year, our goal is 200 transactions. We're wanting to do 45 million in sales. We have experience and we love putting our personal touch on everything. I like to tell my clients that I'm their eyes, ears, and fingertips here in the Chattanooga market. You guys can't be here, so we have to act as you. We have to also keep in mind this is not our transaction. We're just the ones making sure that the transaction goes through smoothly. But at the same time, you as the investor, you need someone leading your team up, and that myself or whatever agent you're working with here with Arbondale Group, that's what we strive to do every day. We have the systems, we have the technology. Once you put something under contract, you will see our admin team is out of this world, and they just make all the paperwork run so smoothly. Is to educate and inform clients. We are not here to collect a commission. We are here to add value to your investment portfolio. We're here to add value to you. We do not want you to make a bad deal. If we see a bad deal, we're going to let you know. We don't think this is such a good deal. Again, at the end of the day, it's your transaction, your call. But we want to be here and advise you and educate you the best way we can. And like I've already said, our goal is your financial wealth. And the way we do that is top-notch service. We are here for you in any way possible. We do have other clients to work with, just as much as we work with the other, but you are always top of mind, and we want to make sure that we give you the best service as possible. And boy, I went through this kind of fast. This is the end of it. We have schedule your consultation. So anytime you guys would like to schedule a consultation, please feel free to reach out to this number or email me at mike@arbondalegroup.com. I hope that I didn't go through things too fast, but at this time, I know I kind of spit out a lot of information to you guys. I'd like to open the floor up for any questions that anybody may have.
David and
Okay.
I can vouch for, Gabe, Brittany, and also for Mike. When working with all of them, they're all top notch. And Gabe was really quick at turning around our loans, so we really appreciated that. Brittany has just completely taken our properties that were non-performing to just doing so well in a month. It was very fast. So I do recommend Brittany. So what's great about working with Mike is that he has these connections already where you already have a property manager, you already have a lender, which as an investor, that's ideal for me because I need to be able to have people on the ground that I trust. So it was really nice to work with Mike, Brittany, and Gabe on our transaction, and it went pretty smooth.
And we have a second one that we're in the midst of as well. So we're going to continue doing that. We're having a great experience with all three of them, and look forward to continuing not the 1 year, but a very long relationship and continuing to invest in Tennessee. I mean, I think it's a great state. It's a great opportunity in Chattanooga, and we look forward to continuing that I'm going to say that growth for our generational wealth.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Any questions from anybody? Just anything for Gabe or for Brittany? Well, we have about another 35 minutes before this is over. If there's anybody, just anything.
Sure, I got a question. So a pool of contractors and everything you guys have put together is great. And I saw that, once you get under contract, strategy is like get them in there as quick as possible before inspections while you still have that kind of back out period. What's the process you guys are using to kind of put together these pools of listings that you're sending out to kind of evaluate them? I assume you're doing some kind of like rehab evaluation on them, either yourselves or with contractors, to kind of get a general estimate of what the rehab is going to be, right? Before kind of deeming this a good investment property.
Right. Well, it's a good question. What we'll normally do is if there's a property that you find interesting or that the client finds interesting, we'll look at it and I will go out and view the property. Always try to go and view it. I mean, it's just as if, I was there in town with you and we go out and view the property together. I'm going to go out and view it, kind of get a rehab estimate. It's getting a little challenging right now to get a contractor to go out without charging a service call prior to putting a property under contract. But I do have two contractors that at time will come out. So I'll come out with a contractor. They'll kind of look things over, see what they think and put a quick estimate together. Of course, they can't get a full estimate without seeing a home inspection report, but we'll get that initial assessment right there. Also, at the same time, I send you the client photos and videos of the property, share that through Google and get the estimate from the contractor. And if it seems like the numbers are lining up, we'll move forward into the inspection period, which then we get the more detailed inspection on it. I hope did that answer your question, Zach?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. My question was exactly what you alluded to, which is I find the same trouble even up here. It's like it's hard to get anyone to come out and give you a hand without having something kind of hard under contract. But I wasn't sure how it's like down in Chattanooga area, like backing out with. I know really after the inspection, you can really use any excuse to kind of back out, but I try to stay out of the business of doing that too much. I know it starts to get people upset, so I try to have a close estimate before putting in those offers as possible, I guess.
Oh, definitely. And here for a while, it was really easy to get a contractor out and just look at it. But the problem was there's so many new investors not knowing what's going on. And they say, oh, these pictures look nice. Let's go look at this. And then before you know it, the contractors went out and looked at 4 different houses that, they never were going to buy because they were just pretty much window shopping. So that's the reason for them starting to charge a little bit more. But fortunately, I have 2 great ones who they do awesome work. And fortunately, I've had enough great clients who have, completed their transaction, closed on it, and used the contractor. So they pretty much know if there might be 1 or 2 here or there that Mike takes them to that they're not going to end up getting. But for the most part, they know that it's worth their time to come out for free is what I'm getting at.
Makes sense.
Hey, yeah, Mike, if you don't mind, I'll chime in. What's always interesting about investors is they all have a different strategy, right? Same end goal. Everyone wants to build cash flow, wealth, 1,000 different ways to do it. And so I've been really impressed, and look, there's some great lenders in Chattanooga. I see Dale's on the call. He's fantastic. I know Brittany does a great job from a management standpoint. At the end of the day, it's not a one size fits all. And that's one thing Mike and the group do really, really well. If you want to burr, they'll help you burr. If you want a turnkey, they'll help you turnkey. If you want to find something with an ADU and be able to rent it, as 2 units, but really still have a single family home, they'll do that. So really cool. My wife and I own 9 properties in Chattanooga, and we always joke like each property is its own strategy. Right. So we have one now that we just closed on, and, it's a great house. It needs some TLC, but it's a huge return. And then we bought one that's in an affordable housing neighborhood that we're bringing back to life, and 2 different strategies entirely on what they are. But fantastic place to invest, fantastic group. But again, it's just not a one size fits all, and they know that, which is what's really cool.
Yes, it's definitely, we do everything. Now, me personally, I'm the multifamily guy of the group. I do single families as well. I do the bird. I'll do all of it, short-term rentals, but multifamily is my sweet spot. That's what I like to do. Is there anybody else with any questions or curiosities? If nobody else has anything, I don't want to keep anybody longer than we need to. I would just like to, like I said at the beginning, this is my first webinar, not exactly my cup of tea, but so I hope that, I know that shone through, but I hope it doesn't deter you about the Chattanooga market. If you're looking for a guy that is great on a webinar and is eloquent speaking, just be honest, that's not me. But if you're looking for a guy and you're looking for a team that knows the deal when they see it, they're going to work hard for you, help you grow your wealth, help you grow your portfolio, and will really be in your corner for you, not for the commission. Arbandale Group, you can't look for anywhere else. Arbandale Group is the best bet for you. And we really work hard at it, and we will do whatever it takes to get that deal in front of you and get you to the closing table. And with that, would just say I really appreciate everybody joining. Thank you for your time, and please feel free to call me or email me anytime. I'd love to talk to you one-on-one. And everybody have a great night.
Thank you.
Brenda, David, Gabe, Brittany, thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate everybody.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, guys.